Ghana's appetite for imported foods persists, even for products we grow locally. This isn't new. In the 1970s, General Achampong confronted the same issue with Operation Feed Yourself. Former General Secretary for the General Agricultural Workers Union, Edward Caraway, is well acquainted with the policy.
We have had policies in the past which succeeded. For instance, in the 1970s, under Operation Feed Yourself and Operation Feed Your Industry by the Achampong regime, was the most successful agricultural program, self-reliance program, and industrialization program. It succeeded. Since then, the country has not been able to produce enough to feed itself.
Fast forward to today, and President John Dramani Mahama is raising a similar concern. He recently highlighted the crisis at the Techi Mine launch of Feed Ghana, noting how the $3 billion import bill worsens food inflation. 2024 saw record imports worth 38.95 billion Ghana cedis, over half of the national food supply.
Ghana imports almost $400 million worth of chicken every year. We all must be ashamed of. Our poultry farm to table project, popularly referred to as the GHOne Kitinkiti program, which is going to be implemented in collaboration with the Poultry Farmers Association, will support hatcheries, feed mills, veterinary services, and poultry processing centers. This year, we're going to register 50 anchor farmers who will be supported to produce 4 million beds, which will be equivalent to 10,000 metric tons of chicken.
In 2024, the cost of food imported by Ghana reached a record 38.95 billion Ghana cedis, accounting for over half the nation's food supply. This contributed largely to the rising cost of food. Key imported products were cereal grains costing 3.37 billion Ghana cedis, frozen poultry at 2.58 billion Ghana cedis, and sugar products costing 2.37 billion Ghana cedis. The Feed Ghana program falls under the broader Agricultural for Economic Transformation agenda. There are 9 initiatives under the program, but the 2 notable ones are institutional farming, which will support institutions such as schools, churches, and prisons to engage in commercial crop and livestock farming. Households will also be encouraged to engage in backyard farming. The second is the Poultry Industry Revitalization Program, also known as GHOne Kitinkiti, which will empower households and smallholder farmers to venture into poultry production. All these efforts are aimed at cutting down Ghana's dependence on food and poultry imports. The national president of the Women in Poultry Value Chain, Dr. Victoria Nogbe, says the GHOne Kitinkiti initiative has potential, but it must be implemented properly, and women must be given a central role.
Our request is that they should make special provision to actually cover the women on the ground, the youth on the ground. Once the women are covered, the children are covered. Once the women are covered, they bring up the youth. So our request is that it must touch the ground and touch the women, and then the whole country will be good to go.
Victoria Nogbe says high cost of poultry feed, chicken importation and disease outbreaks are some of their challenges. She has also been talking about her expectations of the Poultry Revitalization Program.
There are good implementation plans and it's working well on the ground. The beds are given to the right people, the technical information, provision made for feed. And so in this case, the maize and the soya, which is the highest demand in our feed costs, should also be catered for. The Ghana Grains Council has worked in the past to support in that area, so there must be support to all those areas for us to get inputs for our feed production, and it will really work well.
Former General Secretary of the General Agricultural Workers Union, Edward Caraway, welcomes the Feed Ghana program, but has a word of caution. He says policymakers are often full of talk, but hopes that this time things will be different, especially since the president himself is a farmer.
The government is well resourced with knowledge and experience. His Excellency the President himself is a farmer, and all those things give the comfort that this time around we cannot lose, because we know all the challenges, we know all the problems, we know all the solutions. What is left for us to do is to address the challenges appropriately, and then also to proffer the solutions, and then also, and you see that people would themselves begin to be encouraged to go into agriculture.
Coordinator of the Feed Ghana program, Bright Edward Kojo Demoji, insists Feed Ghana fundamentally differs from Planting for Food and Jobs, a flagship agricultural initiative launched by the Akufo-Addo-led administration in 2017 to boost food production, create jobs, and improve food security despite surface similarities.
We have implemented Planting for Food and Job for 8 years. Have you seen any facility where you can go to now and say that I want a tractor service, I want an input, I want this, and you'll be given? If the project is the same, they are all the same, then we should just build on. Then what we will do right now is to say that, okay, fine, we have the farmer service centers already, so let's add another tractors. But now we don't have any facility like that. If you are looking for tractor service, where will you get it? If you are looking for input, where will you get it? If you are looking for extension services, you have it in any district, you know. They are different. The two programs are completely different.
Some Ghanaians spoke to the news team and shared varied views on the Feed Ghana initiative.
My perception, I think it's a good idea, because as that now I'm also on a mission to raise a poultry farm, but how to go by it is my problem. So I think with this decision, it will help me a lot.
The Akukon Kitinkiti is a nice policy, but the chicken should be given to the right people who can rear the chicken.
The initiative by the president is a very great one. Hoping that he comes up with a great plan, a sustainable one, so that as long as we go into this farm, we have our returns. We should also look at the banking sector, how they can help farmers, so that we all can also venture into this initiative.
Many others, however, believe it will be unfair to judge until the policy is rolled out. But the need for change is undeniable. Zuleiha Nuhu's report for GHOne News and Star FM.